I mean, that hat is ridiculous. Just cutting in there. I hate it. I hate it. Hello everybody, my name is Mike Woodhams. I am an impressionist, singer, vocal coach, and most importantly, a contestant on Britain's Got Talent 2024. And today we are back looking at my final performance. For the more observant of you, you may have realised that in every video I've been wearing what I wore on the show, but I do not have that shirt anymore because I gave it away on children's TV. I did see a picture of me in the shirt, and me and my boyfriend decided it looked a little bit like I was wearing a muumuu, and then I didn't love it as much anymore. But it was great for the day. It was great for the day. Now, I only gave my semi-final performance a 6 out of 10, which, not the best. So hopefully we can improve on that today. Now, this performance, I legitimately have not seen any of it. So I'm going to be watching it with you. So when you first get onto the show, there's lots of prepare your semi-final performance. Also, start preparing your final performance just in case. But all of that so quickly falls by the wayside. So this whole part of the show literally was put together in a couple of days. So it's kind of like, what can you do? So let's do it. I forgot that it started like this.
Hello, it's me.
I mean, I'm not even going to rate that. I have done an Adele impression before, which I think was a lot more successful than this. It definitely needs more breath in it. Hello, rather than what it's got. But I'm not going to rate it because it wasn't official, okay? We're going to leave it. So, we'll go on to the next.
Well, you know you make me wanna shout. Let my head up there, let my heart fall there, throw my head back. Come on now, don't forget to say you will. Yeah, don't forget to shout. Hey.
So I really love doing this impression. One thing I will say about it, again, I think I said it in other videos, but it definitely needs to be a brighter sound. Well, like up there. She has quite a lot of gravel to her voice. You know you make me wanna shout, look my hands up there. And maybe I think my gravel is maybe a bit too aggressive, a bit too of the lower end. Just me standing looking at the dancers like that. So I love doing that Lulu impression. I'm going to give that a confident 7 out of 10. Again, I think it could have been a bit brighter, like the higher end, like we said before, but I still loved it. Next, I love doing this one.
Out on the wily, windy wind rolling, falling.
That is such a great shot as well. I mean, the thing that I loved about doing Kate Bush, apart from that out on the wily, that great voice, that distinctive voice, the movement to sync up to is so fun.
You had a temper like my jealousy, too hard, too greedy. Bad dreams in the night.
Never
Told
sighs.
me I was going to lose the fight. Leave behind my wuthering highs. He'd cling. It's me and Kathy. I come home and die. So come, let me in at your window.
So, I absolutely love doing that Kate Bush impression. It's so much fun. It's great. I'm going to give that a solid 9 out of 10, because I love it. I love it. Again, I think it could maybe be a little brighter, but fine.
Let's go, girl. going out tonight. I'm feeling alright.
Not me clicking like this. I'm gonna inside information. Anything I've ever done where they're like, just click. I hate it. I hate it. The thing is, right, I can keep time. I know how to keep time. When I'm performing and they're like, click, I get so panicked and it's just like, blah, 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 blah. Like it's a real like salad hand. Yeah, it's a strange thing. Let's keep going.
Gonna let it all hang out. That's thing about being a woman. It's her prerogative to have a little fun. Oh, totally crazy. Kill of a lady. Men's shirt, short skirts. Won't be free. Feel the way.
So I'll be honest with this one. This was one that initially I hadn't put in the first draft. Bearing in mind, 2 days, the first draft, this wasn't in there. Now, my take with a lot of impressions is, for the most part, the artist often sounds most like themselves in the verse. There's just less effects on their voice often. There's less texture, you know, there's less harmonies and other things going on, so you can really hear it. Obviously, we want this whole, man, I feel like, we want to, you know, that whole part on there. So the one thing that I sort of don't love about it is it's kind of where it goes into the chorus that it loses it a bit for me. Also, as well, I remember this, because they had sort of, on the show, we'd sort of done our own cut of it. There was a lot of movement to this that didn't make sense. So you'd go over with the mic and then the next movement you'll be back with the mic, but it was very strange. It was a lot in my head. Also, as well, the hat. I mean, that hat is ridiculous. Just cutting in there. Not my idea, FYI, the hat. But again, it was just this thing, almost like before I went on stage, I still didn't know how I was getting rid of the hat. So I think you'll see me fumble about with it later because I didn't really know where the hat was going.
Man, I feel like a woman.
But that Shania Twain impression, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 because I definitely know when I've done just the verse, the impression is very strong. I think I let myself down a little bit on the chorus there. We're learning. Yeah, let me just punch the mic stand as I give that. Boom, boom, boom.
I wish I'd swim like dolphins would swim.
See, now this, because it is a male voice or a lower voice, the need to get that sort of high-end frequency isn't there. I wish you could swim. So it's kind of just so natural and it sounds great.
We could be heroes just for one day.
I'm going to give that David Bowie a 9 out of 10. It was great. There was kind of the only bit that I didn't love was the we could be heroes. But 9 out of 10 for that, for sure. That sounded pretty good, you know. Like I say, I'm as surprised as you are. I think, right, this one, we've been talking about the in-ear monitoring. This voice particularly, because I think I did it again. It sits right up in my nose, up here. So it's easy. Sorry. But because of where it is sitting, it's hard to make it to not have the high frequencies in there. I think like, let me try. I think I have it. Like, I can't make that sound and create very low frequencies, if that makes sense. So this is why it sits well up there and it sounds pretty great so far.
We're more than just friends. Oh baby, it might seem like a crush, but it doesn't mean that I'm serious.
trying to dance. Lose a point for that. I forgot about that. That was fun. Do you know, sometimes when you're doing, like, that moment on stage for me, for example, I'm dressed in a muumuu, I'm being Britney Spears, and you've got, like, you know, these very cool dancing, they're like, makes you feel, it makes you go, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Is this did I make good choices? Again, I love doing that impression. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Next one.
Woo! Let's party!
Oh, he's excited.
It's getting lit. Have you seen my tell me when the boys get here.
So I'm not going to lie. This was, I mean, both this one, the Lulu one, and I mean, all of these impressions actually, apart from, no, all of them. Let me scan through. All of them were especially for this, like, for this final thing. So I hadn't done any of these before. And this one particularly, this Elton John one, sort of came quite late in the day. But it's sounding great so far. I'm digging it.
It's 7 o'clock and I wanna rock, wanna get a belly full of beer.
The guy that helped me onto the stage was like, "I'm really here to run to the stage." I was like, thank you, you're great, you're amazing. Thank you for helping me. Because by the time I had the glasses on, I was a bit like, whoa. The one thing I would say about Elton John, I mean, actually like a lot of artists, but particularly say with Shirley Bassey, I notice it, how, you know, Shirley Bassey has a kind of younger voice, gold, that's up here, and an older voice, gold, which is down there. And Elton is quite the same. Everyone, again, always has their own personal experience of what that voice is. Like, for me, for example, if I'm thinking Elton John, it's very much circle like it's always that kind of slightly more mature sound. From my parents, for example, who grew up with his music, it's very different. So, you know, it's always finding the sound that feels right, and maybe you're often sort of compromising on what you think it will be, if you know what I mean. Even if you know that, okay, this doesn't sound completely authentic to the video, but it does fall a bit more in line with people's expectations of what they think it will be. And I think that is very much the case with this. But like I said, I sort of had a day or two, I think, to do this one. So, you know, we're chilling them out quickly. Don't give me none of your aggravation. Very young Elton. Don't give me none of your aggravation. Very old. Like, it's the same. There's just a lower end there. So it's kind of finding that sound, I guess. I mean, in a way, right, regardless of what these sound like, this is such a surreal moment for me. I'm watching myself stood atop of a piano with all these dancers around me in the middle of the Hammersmith Apollo. Like, gosh, I'm literally just reflecting on how nuts that is. That's quite insane, though. Yeah. Wow. I've not really thought about that yet, which is strange. But wow. The judges by that point look so over it. They're like, okay, well, you know. They're all sort of either just sat still or just like, To be honest, again, I cannot remember like anything they were doing. So I didn't look at that in the middle of my set and go, oh God, they're really still, because I was focused on being on top of a piano. Very busy.
Saturday, 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 Saturday night's alright, alright, alright.
Wow, sparklers and everything. This really is an out-of-body experience.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Good night.
Aww. Again, just the end, me trying to be serious, be like, thank you, everybody, with flower glasses on. Thank you. Yes, just ignore the flower glasses I have on. Thank you. So there you go. I was actually so happy with that. It felt very me, very silly. Again, I probably in hindsight would have done a lot less movement to it, but I'm going to give myself a 9 out of 10 for that because I loved it, I dug it, I lived it. So there we go. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me on this little journey through my BGT performances. It's been great to have a look back at them. Yeah, and we'll see what happens next. If there are any videos you're particularly thinking, gosh, that would be a great video, please do comment wherever that happens in the bottom and let me know and we can have a look at them. But yes, keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully there'll be lots more coming. Thank you all so much for being amazing and being super supportive, and hopefully we'll see you again very soon. Ta-ta! I'm gonna wave like that man on the internet. Bye! Bye-bye! Bye! Bye!